Yes, I am here. One moment as I get this together. Wait for everybody to get into the room. This is Lawrence D. Adams. We have a nice show tonight. Please come in, tell a friend, tell one, tell all about what we're going to talk about. Actually, I didn't have my music queued up, so I got to go to the music and get it queued up. See what I have here on deck already. So let's see what we got going on here. It's a little fast beat to go in right quick in the background as we get ready for everybody to come into the chat room and get everything rolling. This is your man, Lawrence D. Adams. So I am here in the world. Peace, peace, my good brother. I see you. Waiting for everybody to get into the chat room. We're about to go live in a few minutes. I actually lost track of time, so I was right here ready to go. Spit this hot fire tonight. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Let's get this started tonight. So let's get it started tonight. This is Lawrence D. Adams. We're waiting for everybody to get into the chat room. If you're here, please let me know in the chat room that you are here. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Tonight, we're going to shoot some fire tonight. It's some things that we need to talk about, things we need to clear the air. This one is directly directed to the men tonight. The opinionated man. Don't lose your voice. True story. Some things I got to talk about. So you want to definitely tell a friend, tell them to subscribe, put them to click in. They need to hear what you're talking about. I will let people up, but I'm going to have strict rules about who comes up on my platform and what they're going to say. So definitely we're talking about the opinionated man. And there is a difference between being opinionated and complaining and whining. So we're definitely going to go into that today. So if you're listening, put in the chat room that you're listening, that you're here. This is Lawrence D. Adams, your trusted name on YouTube. That's right, your trusted name on YouTube. So you need to click in. Let me know you're here in the chat room. We're going to talk about the opinionated man. Don't lose your voice. Oh, this is going to be good. We come with the fire today. Let's go on. Salute. I want to thank the guys who come in, coming in now. There's been a group of guys who've been rocking with LDA for a long time. I want to bring you into, want to pretty much solidify what we're doing. I want to make sure we have a group of 1,000 men. That's right, 1,000 men that I touch with this message and see them go to the next level. So 1,000 men. There's 1,000 men. I don't care where they are around this earth. But it's 1,000 men that I want to touch with this message. So I want you to be a part of it. But the guys who've been rocking with me on and off, I want to solidify you right now and let you know I appreciate you, what you're doing, how you show up, how you fare. And I want to definitely put a tag on you. So definitely put a tag on you. You are the recharge. Y'all are the RMs. So what I mean, RMAs, recharge man. You are the recharged men. You are the recharged men. You're recharging manhood. So I want to definitely get to that. I want to appreciate all the guys who show up and the women who show up and listen to what I have to say. You can see I sort of change things around. Hope you guys like the little change around lights and everything like that, little ambiance. But I want to definitely talk about the opinionated man. I want to go in that. So if you're in the chat, salute to all the people there. People have been rocking with me. You guys have been there, ups and downs, on and off. When I'm talking about game, or if I'm talking about life, or whatever the case may be, you're getting 48 years plus other people experience today from this channel. You're not getting you're getting premium quality manhood. You're not getting anything else, not like anybody else. This is uniquely what we do here. So those guys are here, you guys who have been rocking with LDA, I appreciate you. I see you in the chat room. I see you commenting, you put the 1, 2 and out. You're rocking with me. But I want to talk about the opinionated man. I want to talk about the opinionated man. Don't lose your voice. We are in a critical time in this juncture in history. And if you miss it, somebody's trying to message me. I don't know who it is. If you miss it, what's going to happen is you're going to miss a turn. So the opinionated man, let's talk about that. Okay, I appreciate that. Salute, brother. I appreciate that. Matter of fact, I don't have my magic thing going. 1 second. Let me get that on right now so that I can buzz right to me. So we're talking about the opinionated man. I appreciate that. And Alina, thank you so much. The one trusted. She has been down. She keeps everything in check. I want to thank Annalena for definitely holding everything down here in the chat room, always doing that. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. But I want to go and talk about the opinionated man. If you're ready in the chat room for me to talk about the opinionated man, don't lose your voice, the true story, please put a number 2 in the chat. Number 2 in the chat. I want to make sure everybody's alive and well here. Number 2 in the chat. I do have some bubblies here, so put a 2 in the chat. The opinionated man. You ready to go into deep dive? Get your scuba gear. We're not going in the kiddie pool. We're going deep dive into. Thank you. We're going deep dive into this. The opinionated man. There we go. The opinionated man. Don't lose your voice. True story. I'm going to give you some backdrop how I even got here. There's so much going on. I definitely want to make sure I grasp your attention with this. I don't want you to get just fluff and entertainment. I want you to, I'm listening while I'm working. Okay, I appreciate that. So I want to get right to it. So let's talk about what I mean. Don't lose your voice. Let me give you a backdrop. Something that happened to me over I think it's been over 5 or 6 years. It might have been 7 years ago. I was in the place. Wasn't living in where I was now. I was working for some other people. And there's no slight on anybody else. And I was doing everything I needed to do. Salute to all the 2s in there. Doing everything I needed to do. But one thing was missing. I slowly begin to lose my natural voice. See, your voice right here is a chakra right here. I don't want to go too deep with it, but it's a chakra right here. And I begin to lose my voice, my ability to speak, which is one of my gifts, one of my passions is to talk to people. And thank God I have a radio voice, but to talk to people. And I begin to lose my voice. So I had to drive all the way back from New York to Cleveland, and I can barely talk. And I couldn't figure out what the issue was. Why did I lose my voice? What happens is I begin to stuff everything that was going on around me, and I begin to internalize it. See, that's what a lot of people do, but I'm talking to you men. That's what a lot of men do. You begin to internalize everything, and you never allow it to come from this chakra or this place right here from your throat. And you begin to slowly lose your voice. And when I lost my voice, I can barely speak what's going on. I can barely speak 2 to 3 words at a time. I couldn't talk. My family took care of me while I began to make a full recovery. I'm getting my natural voice back. But what was really lost, not only was my natural voice gone, but my spiritual and my voice in general was gone. I began to close up because I began to internalize everything that was going on around me. We are in times right now that I want to see one person, and I'm talking to you, man, want you to close up and be like I was. I closed my throat closed. I actually could not talk. I was saying 1 to 2 words at a time. I didn't want to see my sons because I didn't want them to see me in this state. So gradually I began to unclutter all the things that were going on inside of me. And I began to express myself again. See, a lot of you right now, you're at a pivotal place where you lost your ability to express yourself. And that doesn't mean, when I mean express yourself, that doesn't mean you hollering and yelling and all like that, but ability to articulate what's on your mind. Your ability to express yourself. So in this time right now, we're in a pivotal time in history where a lot of men are on the pivot where they're going to stand up for their rights and talk, or be quiet and go in silence. We have generations of men who have lost their ability to have their own opinion. See, it's good to have an opinion of what I may think or what somebody else may think. But when you have your own opinion and you can express yourself, you become a dangerous man. Why do you become a dangerous man? Because you are a threat to the status quo. Because the masses and those who control the masses want you to never say what's on your mind or express what you think and how you feel. So what men do, we go into a cave and we shut up and we shut down to process. We don't process like women who talk and process at the same time. We are completely different that way. But I must say, it's time for men to now become opinionated. Now, what I mean opinionated, right? No one wants that around. What I mean opinionated, that means your ability to say, I like this or I do not like this. Too many men have become neutered on these YouTube streets, on these real streets, and in life. You have become neutered. What I mean is your ability to produce has been cut off. And one way you produce is with your words. So your opinion does matter. Now we have a lot of people giving a lot of opinions on these YouTube streets or anywhere else. That's understandable. There's people to do that. But when I'm talking about opinion, I'm not talking about complaining. I'm not talking about dogging somebody out. I'm not talking about putting someone down. I'm not talking about tearing women down or hating women or tearing your brother down. I'm talking about speaking your mind clearly and precisely, unapologetically. Have you, I'm asking a question to you because I'm talking to you. Have you, on some degree, lost your voice? Have you lost your opinion? Put a yes or no in the chat room or where you at. Have you lost your opinion, your ability to speak what's on your mind without fear or trepidation or what people may think? I want you to answer me that in the chat room. Have you lost your voice, your opinion? So your opinion, when you express your opinion, it may not go along with everybody and what they agree with. Oh, okay. Now we're getting some questions. Yes, but I'm getting it back. That's what I wanted. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, I agree. 100%. I lost a job recently for speaking my mind. Okay, okay. So we're going to talk about that. Okay, okay, good. Wow. I want to know the answer to that. Okay. So, okay, now we're getting, it's psychological warfare when it comes to getting there though. Yes, it is. And the warfare is always with yourself. Now, let me get to Dylan. He says some. I'm 100%. I agree 100%. I lost a job. Okay, so this is the thing. When you're able to speak your mind, sometimes it's not always expedient. You got to look at when is the right time to speak your mind. You never want to so much you're speaking your mind that you lose your footing and your pockets go dry. You have to know, you have to be strategic when you express yourself and when you speak your mind, because what you say, good or bad, from this statement always has consequences. It always has consequences. See, you can have your opinion, but it always has consequences. In one book, this unique book, it says, death and life is in the power of the tongue. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. So you have to be strategic when you speak your mind. You got to make sure it's seasoned with grace. What I mean by grace, you got to know how to say it at the right time in the right way, because sometimes it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. It's not what you say, but it's how you say it. You do not want to, yeah, but you got to be careful, especially when it comes here. But that's right. You got to be careful. You want to mess your bread up. Then me coming out, man. LDA, man. I spoke my mind. I ain't lost my. I can't help you, man. Like Flavor Flav said, I can't do nothing for you, man. You got to be mature enough to know when to speak your mind. Now, you may not. I'm gonna give you a scenario. You may need to speak your mind about what's going on to the right people. But don't lose your voice for not speaking your mind. You don't want to get where you have your voice has gone away when your natural voice, this chakra right here, begins to close up. I'm speaking not from reading, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from experience. Why am I speaking from experience? Because I've seen too many men. I've seen too many men who have lost their voice in this day and age. I've seen too many men who have lost their ability to speak up for themselves. I've seen too many men who has backed away when they should have spoke up. Let's turn it around a little bit. Your voice as a man should carry authority. Example, because I know you're about to ask it. When I call my sons and they're doing something good or bad, my voice commands respect and authority. How does that translate to every day when you're dealing with women? Because you guys want to still deal with women. When you deal with a woman, she should know from your voice, your tonality, and how you say it that you do not play. But we're in a day and age where this has been an assassin attack against you speaking your mind, you having an opinion. There's been an assassin assignment against especially men not to speak their voice or not to speak their opinion or to lose their voice. There has been we might as well pull the punches from the feminists. Don't you dare say that. I'm this, I'm that. They don't want you to speak your voice. There has been from different groups because they don't want you to speak your voice, because they think if you speak your voice, they know the authority when a man speaks. It's something when you're in the jungle. I've never been in the jungle before. I'm only going by what I've seen on film. You hear a lion that begins to roar. You're a lion roaring in the background. Everything begins to get silent. The birds begin to go back and forth. Why? Because the lion's authority in his space lets you know, I do not play. So it's imperative, because I'm talking to you, do not lose your voice. And why am I saying do not lose your voice? Everything around you, it wants you to shrink. Everything around you wants you to shrink. Why does it want you to shrink? Because it wants you to play small. And when you play small as a man, what happens is, I now can do whatever I want to you. If this is resonating with you, put a number 5 in the chat room, because Mo's man has already started with the $5 he's already given through Cash App. Put a 5 in the chat room. The opinionated man, the man who's not afraid to speak his mind, who knows his time and when to say it and how to say it, who's not afraid to correct things that need to be corrected. Put a 5 in that. Thank you. Put a 5. Mo's man already started out by putting the 5. He's already hit that Cash App already. He's put a 5 on him. He started the ball to rolling. This is resonating with you, because I'm not just speaking to your mind. I'm speaking to the depths of you. I'm speaking to the man in you that has been asleep. I'm speaking to the man in you who has gone to sleep with this day and age. Why am I speaking to that man? Because in the next time, in what's coming next, you're going to have to speak from a place of authority. Five, never knew that was the reason. You're going to have to speak from a place of authority. There has been a strategic attack against men in two areas, here in your throat chakra and in your crown chakra. Why do I want to stop this? I want to stop you from speaking things into existence. I want to stop you from thinking. So I tie up your heart, I tie up your decision making, and I cause you to be driven by your lower nature. If this is too heavy for you, I can stop. Because there's something that happens when a man begins to speak. Things should shake around you. You have the ability to create by the words that you say. Who has taught you to be quiet? Who has told you you shouldn't express yourself? Who has lied to you and said you shouldn't have an opinion? You shouldn't stand up. How does this all come into play? If we look at the stories that's going on with Ice Cube, right? It's like switch and hit. That's right. That's like switch. It's like switch and hit. That's right. And you look at the story, what's going on with Ice Cube. I've been following it. Contract with Black America. The underlying current is this. Who told you, Ice Cube, that you can do that? Who told you can make a plan? We need you to be quiet. We don't want you to speak up. We don't want you to say anything. You know why? The threat is the man who thinks, has a plan, and doesn't lose his voice. The other side of this coin, he does not get lost in his emotions. If you watch any interviews with Ice Cube, with these multiple women saying their things, and certain men, we're not going to say their names on here, You realize the goal was to get him in his emotions and speak his voice, his power, truth into power from an emotional state and not from a logical state. Pay attention to what I'm saying. 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 See, the goal is to get you into your emotions and not keep you in your logic. What they're trying to do is get Ice Cube to get into his what? Emotions and begin to speak. The goal, and for him, who told you, Ice Cube, that you should speak? The attack is on your voice. The attack is what you say. If I can keep you quiet, you will not awaken the rest of the community. You will not awaken the rest of the men. To the reality of who they are. If I can keep you quiet, do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's been going on for years. You have other men who attack other men to keep them quiet. Then you have woman folks who attack men to keep them quiet. Why do you think they want to keep you quiet? Why do you think they want to keep you quiet? They want to keep you quiet because they know that you are a threat. They want to keep you quiet because they know that you are a threat. The most dangerous man is a man who thinks and who can speak his truth into power. The most weakest man who is the man who doesn't think, who doesn't come from logic, and speaks death into power. Now, let's get some game in this. Who do you think women are going to follow? The man who's able to say precisely what he wants, what he thinks, without trepidation of what she's going to say or what she's going to think. That does not mean treat women bad or hate on women, but you know what you want. You know where you're going. You know how you're going to get there. Women will respect you more if you're upfront and tell it like it is, versus you lollygagging and, well, they have no tolerance for that. If I can say it another way, the rivers begin to dry up. It is the man who is sure in his voice and who he is that makes a change in his surround and who he is and the people around him. There's an energy that happens around a man who's able to speak in his opinion, who does not agree with everything that comes out someone's mouth, because you may not agree with everything I'm saying, and I'm okay with that. But what I'm here to do is provoke you to not lose your voice, because I don't want you to lose. If you understand all the snipers that are on the wall waiting for you to speak up so that they can silence you, if you can see the social programming that's been designed against you, man, to not to speak, you would begin to yell or to scream out loud and spare not. Why? Because you realize your voice matters. When I stopped doing my show, when I lost my voice, I began to internalize everything. A lot of you guys are holding too much stuff inside of you. You're holding too much stuff against women, against yourself, how you feel about yourself, your decisions that you made, your dark side, the things about you that you don't like, about your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother, who touched you, who didn't touch you, why you didn't get a hug, why that girl left me, why am I in this place I'm at? You're holding too much stuff internally inside of you, and you are about to burst. You need to talk. You need to talk about your fears. You need to express about your goals. You need to say, I did not like when that girl left me. Don't just say, man, I'm just charging into the game. No, it bothered you. It's okay. You need to talk about your addictions, your secret things that you do that nobody knows about. Oh, I'm coming down your street. You need to talk. Many of you guys think you are talking, but you actually are mutes. Have you ever seen a person that's deaf, and this is no thing against people who are deaf, and you hear them talking and you can barely understand what they're saying? You're like, what did you say? And they're trying to express to you what they're saying. Many of you are like that because you have not opened up and begin to express what's deep down inside of you, those secrets that you have. If I'm talking to you, you better put a 5 in this chat room. That little segment, what I said, you better put a 5 in the chat room if that resonates with you. If you have not been completely honest about where you at and expressing it, you need to put a 5 in the chat room. When you put a 5 in the chat room, something's going to happen for you. I'm on one tonight. Put a 5 in the chat room. You say, why you keep telling us to put a 5? Because when you participate in the chat room, it's a signal to you that this is where I'm at. There's things that you have not talked about as a man. And we have women that watch me too, and then women that you've been holding up. What's going on, Trav? Trav, you can definitely beam up if you want to, man. Let me put the link for you because I definitely know you have something to say. You're part of the crew. So there's been a lot of things that there you go, Trav. You definitely can beam up. So there's been a lot of things that you have been internalizing. The person who bullied you, the person who talked about you, you have never expressed that it bothered you. And you have lost your voice. Slowly but surely, your voice has become silent. Got you. Slowly but surely, your voice has become silent. You have become a walking mute. You're doing sign language and don't even know it. You're signing and don't even know it. Why? Because you have allowed life to strangle you from your opinion, and you lost your voice. From your opinion, and you have lost your voice. What tonight? You might need to put this in the chat room. What has caused you to lose your voice? Yeah, this is serious tonight. What you need to think about, what one thing has caused you to lose your voice? The first thing to surface up, you need to write it down. The first thing that surface up, you need to write it down, because I need you to be liberated. I need your voice to be heard. What one thing has caused you to lose your voice? First thing that comes up, you need to write it in the chat room. What has caused you to lose your voice? This is serious, man. I'm here doing surgery right now. Got my scalpel. Triage is going on. What was that one thing you know, as soon as it comes up, you try to push it back down, that it caused you to lose your voice? This may be too heavy for YouTube. I need to do a Patreon for all of this. I'm waiting for you in the chat room to tell me, what was that one thing? You know what it is. If it was a girl, it was your mama, your sister, your brother, whoever it was, situation happened. You don't have to go in detail, but you can say, it was this that caused you to lose your voice. Oh, I'm waiting. I'm watching the chat room. Do I need to put the music on? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Conflict with people. I'm afraid to lose because I need them to for validation. Jeez Louise. Conflict with people. Dude, do you know how free you just got right now? I'm afraid to lose because I need them for validation. Let's see the next one. Cancerous family and women from the past. Wow, that's good. See, what is called? There you go. We'll see what. Just see what up. There go, Trav. Good evening. Good evening, chat. What's going on, Sean O'Neill? There we go. Okay. What's going on? So I just asked a deep question in the chat room. What was the one thing? What's going on, Fly Bleezy? What was the one thing that caused you to lose your voice? And you know what I'm not talking? I'm talking about your literal voice, but your voice to express yourself and who you are.
Well, to be real with you, that's what society is going to do to all of us. I mean, it's going to attempt to do that to all of us. I don't know if you saw. Have you ever heard of a movie called Divergent?
No.
Okay, so Divergent is dope. So it's basically everybody in the world. It's kind of like Matrixy. Like everybody in the world is on a program. And if you're divergent, it means that the programming that basically the state gave you in the movie, you didn't accept it because you were too awake. So if you're divergent, if divergent means they can't program you. If they can't program you, then they try to take you out. So I'm just saying that you can use that as an allegory for real life. Our school system is full of shit. Our college system is full of shit in a lot of ways. Our politics is full of shit in a lot of ways. Everything is full of shit in a lot of ways to keep you from being awake to how shit really goes. So, I mean, I would just say that just in everyday life, it's trying to censor you from having your authentic self.
There it is. That's a good word I didn't think to use, was censorship. Everything has been designed. I'm talking to you, men. It's designed for you to lose your voice. And I've been repeating this over, but I wanted people, the first thing that popped up. So the first thing he said was conflict with people. I'm afraid to lose because I need them for validation.
Hey, so let me chime in on this. Perfect segue. So this hat, this is my frat brothers that created this. This means small circle of friends. That's what that means. So why that works with this is because honestly, a lot of motherfuckers will dull your vision, especially your friends. It's like it sucks, but when people are too close to you, they don't value you like they should. Mm-hmm. Now I don't know why it's that way, but it is. Think about it. Just like when we talk, if we want to relate it to the game with women, it's like you're told keep them in the honeymoon phase. Don't let it get to the point where you guys are used to each other because now the zest is gone. It's the same type of thing. So, I mean, that's really it, bro. It's just, you just got to be you in this shit, bro. And you got to understand that the game of life, like, I don't know if you just saw the Kanye interview with Joe Rogan, but he might be a little more awake now. He might have came out of that bullshit because he was spitting facts about all we're talking about right now.
See, I didn't even watch it. I've been making more reference to Ice Cube, how they've been trying to censor him and really censor his voice. Who told, just the thing I said before you jumped on, who told Ice Cube he can say what he needs to say. Right. So the thing was, I need to stop his voice. So it's to me,
and people weren't listening because the thing is he was saying that he was trying to talk to the Democrats, but they weren't trying to hear him out. That's why he went to the Republicans. You know what I mean?
people didn't miss that and went over their head.
With that, yeah.
But you see that the women folks got upset because they feel who told you to speak up?
Yeah.
And that's a problem. So this is really why I did this. The opinionated man is a dangerous man, actually, because he doesn't fit into the norm of what everybody say he should do.
He can't be controlled.
There it is. There it is.
That's the thing. People want the government and everything's all about control, bruh. Like, why are you taught to be someone that's going to be dependent on a company? Why wouldn't they teach you to be dependent on yourself? Because it's control. It wasn't meant for you to know how to control yourself.
Right.
So.
And that's the censorship that has been actually. This is a precursor, because what's going to happen like you said it already, but what's going to happen in the next couple of years, it's going to get even worse.
Well, that's what they're trying to do, because that's the reason the savior right now of everything, to be real with you, is the internet. Because the internet has given everybody now with the social media, like, people talk bad about social media, but it's just because people take advantage of it. You know what I mean? And don't use it in the right way. Like, for example, I'm having some of my best weight loss right now, but I eat like Carl's Jr. or fast food every day.
I know Carl's Jr.
But I know what to get from there that fits into my diet. Does that make sense? Right, I know how to use my advantage. But people don't know how to use what they have around them to their advantage. So I think that's what that is. People abuse shit.
Right. And that's what it definitely happened with it. So that's the other side of being an opinion man. You got to make sure that you don't abuse your responsibility of being an opinionated man in your quest to not
thorough because like with this red pill space, you got all these motherfuckers that say they know shit, don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's impossible to fully vet people out all the way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you have to be. That's the bad side about it. It opened us up. We have avenues we didn't have before, but now the problem is you got all this unqualified bullshit using it instead of the people that should be using it.
Right. Let me see what he said. I had to finally get my own place and ride solo. I now pick and choose carefully who I have in my life and the people I surround myself with. But it comes from loving yourself and being okay to be alone. Yes. We pretty much, we talked about that behind offline in so many words. We talk about that because you do need to vet who's in your life, because everybody just is, I have to give Bible because that's what I know. Everybody say Jesus does not love Jesus and ain't going to heaven. And everybody say red pill and game. Do not know game and are not red pill. And I'm not on that red pill stuff because we're beyond that on this channel.
Right.
Ain't really what they say they are. I can say that on a threat to the adversary. Yeah, we are a threat to the adversary. So yeah, so you have to choose closely who your inner circle of friends are.
And you have to constantly vet. Because just like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Just like if you're with someone, and we talk about when you're a woman, you got to keep an eye out, make sure everything's rolling right. You got to make sure everything's rolling right with your friends too.
Yeah. You
got to be using these same tactics. You got to test your friends sometimes. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, just because if your friends are still legit, they're going to pass with flying colors. So they're not going to care. But you got to do that, because I mean, I've had friends recently, like guys, you'll be down with each other for 10, 15 years. And then one moment happens and then they truly reveal if they're going to be there for you or not. You know what I mean?
Right. Each of Ice Cube's detractors have a platform and the arrogance that comes with it. Very, very true.
Well, see, people don't want to be right. People want to be heard and right. They don't want to be presenting truth. It's all ego.
Mm-hmm. So because truth does one thing. Truth sheds light into whatever is dark. So sometimes when light comes, it dispels anything that's dark, and people don't want you to see their darkness.
Yeah, we're definitely light, so we're definitely doing that.
There's so many
light asses. Shit.
Yeah, right. They don't want you to see their darkness. We all have places in our life that we're dark at. Don't get me wrong. We have a shadow. I have a shadow self. There's things I do I don't talk about. But the thing of it is, something I heard that interview with Mike Tyson is, are you okay with your darkness?
Man, that interview was crazy with Boost.
Yeah, that was a good interview.
Mike is throw, man. That's a very smart dude. Like, he's been through a lot of shit. Like, the way he communicates, he like, you could tell unfortunately he's a true product of his environment.
Yeah.
Because that bullying fucked him up. Like, it made him a great fighter, but is a gift and a curse, because as great as he was as a fighter, it never replaces the fact that he got bullied to have to get there. He still fights that, which is crazy.
Right, and that's my thing. I was to circle around to. I mean, put what he said. Truth eases the spirit threes. I mean, put these. There's no pressure to pretend. Correct. So let me get back to that about the bullying that Mike Tyson was talking about. Because everyone has an area in their life that causes you either to lose your voice or to overextend your voice because of what happened to you.
Yeah.
And I had to think, because I was bullied when I was younger. You might think, well, yeah, I got bullied. But at that one time, I remember the guy, God bless his soul, he got to talking real crazy. And I remember it was by Sean House. I remember the guy's name.
No, we all remember that.
I just went to town on him. But I got the respect from the people, from the dudes in my neighborhood. But I live with that because when I seen them years later, my mind automatically went back. He's gonna try to get me back when we were kids, we're beating him up.
Yeah.
I never resolved the tape that was going on inside of me. So I couldn't really speak to him like I want to, because it was a barrier there. So I lost my voice in that sense, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
So a lot of times we as men have things that we have locked up inside of us that we have not expressed. That's what that interview with Tyson and Boosie really revealed. There's things inside of us that we have not even faced. And then what we do is, I might as well hit some game with it. You try to blame the women for the problem issues that you have in your life.
Yeah, that's a definite fact.
Or you attract a woman who puts her finger on the issue that you don't want to deal with.
That happens a lot. Because I think that's a lot in this red pill space or whatever, because a lot of times it's basically just lack of accountability. You know what I'm saying? And like, Mosman said, truth eases the spirit. Yeah, it eases the spirit of the accountable.
It torments.
But not a lot of people are accountable. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't have a lot of people who they fight therapy, and that's one thing I do like about this time now. Therapy is cool to talk about, because even 5 to 10 years ago, like, you brought up therapy, motherfuckers ostracized you, which is stupid as fuck, but that was literally the common wisdom that was out. But yeah, especially too with men. One thing is, women are stronger with words. We're stronger with physicality. So like, women will talk shit out more between each other and express their feelings. With men, that's why we get more sensitive and want to fight. Because if we say a certain thing, it's like we want to go at it. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you say, man?
And part of that is because we are more sensitive about that. Women are more, vocal and talk about their stuff. So that's one thing they have the advantage of, I would say.
Right.
But
hold on. My watch this ring.
I'm getting hit up right now.
My watch ring, but no, somebody when my watch rings like this, something happens. That means somebody just hit the Cash App. I appreciate that, giving that Cash App, Tim. Ooh. That's what that means. That watch this ring. That's what I'm talking about. This is resonating with you. Wow, this food for my soul. I appreciate that.
How much longer are you going to be on? Because I got to get on a phone call, but if you're still on, I'm going to get back on.
No problem. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right, y'all. Peace.
So appreciate that, Tim. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. Thank you. Though that 5, so my 5 came again. So what does 5 is right there. I appreciate those that I know my phone, my wrist rings. I know what it means. Someone has definitely said this is for them. My goal is, let me say this. Let me say this to the guys. I appreciate all the people who donate, who gives to what we're doing here. My goal, let me explain my goal, is to reach 1,000 men. That's like 1,000 men. Let me make it a little bit bigger. 5,000 men with truth to recharge manhood. What is the goal? 5,000 men, solid men, men doing their purpose, men who are not afraid to get married, men who are beyond red pill, men who say, I want to live my best freaking life. 5,000 men. It was 1,000. Now we didn't raise it because that 5 came in by 10. 5,000 men around this world who's willing to make a difference in their life and those around them. Are you going to be counted as one of those 5,000 men? It's limited because every man can't go through it. Every man is not willing to be accountable. Every man is not willing to say it's tough. It's not for every man. If you're looking for just game from here, I can give you game all day. I can tell you how to talk sweet talk, but I'm looking for, there's something deeper inside of you that you need to reach. That's encompass game, but encompass your life. So 5,000 men I'm looking for who are willing to put in the work to change not only their lives, but are willing to take what they get on this platform and actually change the lives of those around them. See, it's not just about changing other men's life, because when you become the son, oh my God, when you become the son, when you become a son, S-U-N, you begin to have moons orbiting around you, and then you begin to affect Earths from what you do. So 5,000 men who can make a difference in their lives and those around you. I don't care what profession that you're in. You need to be accounted for and accountable to somebody. So I need 5,000 men to make a difference. It's time to link up now. I don't know it all. I don't have all the answers. But if we link up as 5,000 men, an army, like 500 with that movie, and link up, we can make a difference. Not only in your life, but in the lives of those around you. Because we need, with this, let me say this, I say this all the time years ago. There are people waiting to hear what you have to say. Let me repeat that again. There are people waiting for you to get into your place as a man. There are people waiting. Yes. Oh, good question. There are people waiting for you to get into place as a man. Quick question. Describe the moment you realized that you were the son. The moment I realized that I was the S-U-N of a S-O-N, when I was a son, is when I begin to come into the revelation that what I do not only affects me, but affects everyone around me. That's when I realized that I am a son. And sun radiates heat, but it also radiates life or death. It gives light. It gives nourishment, gives vitamin D, whatever. But I realized I was a S-O-N. Now, we're not talking about from a religious point of view, from Egypt and all like that. No. I'm not talking on that. That's a whole nother avenue. I'm not going there. I'm talking about you realize that you are a son. That means you have moons. Moons are what? reflections of the sun around you, because the woman is always a reflection of who you are. So that's one of the other reasons, how the other ways I begin to awaken to that. I realize that the women that are showing up in my life are a reflection of how I think about myself and how I feel about myself. You want to know where you at? Find out the women who are attracting to you and you interact with. They are revealing who you are as a son. The women that are showing up in your life, well, these women crazy. On some level, you are crazy. She don't never do this. She ain't doing that. On some level, you are not doing that. I used to say to the women that get mad at me, I said, the problem, they said, well, all these men that do it cheat. I said, no, the real problem is you're cheating on yourself, and it's reflecting in who you're dealing with. I know this is sort of deep, and you're like, man, that's some mystical kind of stuff. No, this is the real deal. So I realized when I was a son, when I began to really wake into who was showing up in my life. If I'm constantly dealing with a particular woman who has this particular situation, it's not her, it's me on some level. So I had to resolve that which was in me that I keep seeing inside of this woman that keeps showing up in my life. She might be named Shakika, but tomorrow she named Yolanda. Why am I dealing with this type of woman? Because they're reflecting me on some level. So what I had to do is I had to adjust me, work on my thoughts, and I begin to what? Attract a better quality woman. That's why you don't hear me complaining about women, because my words have power, life. You don't hear me hating on women. Why? Because I realize if I start hating on women, I'm going to attract women that are going to hate on me, but also who hate themselves. This might be too much. This might be too much. Why would I attract that? So that's when I begin to realize that I'm a son. It's when I begin to look, what is the reflection around me? Did I answer your question, John? What is reflecting around me? So we're in a question time. So you have any questions? You have any more questions on what we're talking about, or what, Sean? That was a good question because it was relevant to what we're talking about. So also too, listen to this principle. It says when the teacher is ready, or when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the teacher is ready, the students will appear. So let's say this again. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You are at the place where I needed to appear in your life so that you can hear what I have to say to you. You are in the place in your life where you can now hear what I have to say to you. The student in you has been waiting for the teacher and me to show up. But I want you to go, let's go a little deeper. They're all the same person. Let me stop teaching like this. This should be beyond Patreon. This should be behind closed, behind the paywall for this. Any other questions? Because we are at 59, it looks like, and I don't like to keep these that long. On what we're talking about, don't be talking about, well, how do I get my car started? This not that thing. You caught with foolishness, I'm cutting you out. I don't have time for it. This is for real men. This is for women who listen and who participate too. I don't have time for foolishness. If you think that's what you want to do, this ain't kiddie. This is not your local kiddie pool. This is advanced level over here. That's why I say 5,000 men. So you have any questions, definitely put it in the chat room. We'll bring it up and we can talk about it right quick in this time span. I got to get my system together as far as what you can come up on the call. And I think I know how I can do it. I got to really think about it, how I can pull that off coming up. So, there's no question. Any questions that you have? Any questions that you have? Because you're getting some next level things. because you need to go back and read. You really need to go back, listen to what was said on this broadcast, because it is designed to unlock something in you and to free you. Y'all quiet in the chat room. Y'all, this, you know what I mean? You're quiet. Any questions, or you're contemplating? I know most men is working. I want to thank those who gave. When I feel it ring on my wrist, I'm like, uh-oh, somebody has did something, either PayPal or Cash App. So if you have any other questions here, because I want to keep it to the point. So when this video renders or when it's uploading, put a 5 in the comments. When you do that, only you and I and the people who are listening to the complete thing knows what the 5 means. Only we do. Put a like and a 5 in the comments. Put a like and a 5 in the comments. Got something buzzing over here. Okay. I'm faced with okay. Okay. Jamar. Okay, I'm faced with a succubus. I guess that's a woman. We call them by a woman. How can I let her go? I gave the answer just a few minutes ago, but I'm gonna give you the answer. The easy way to let her go. See, you can tell her to get out of your life. Don't show up anymore. You better not come to my place no more. I'm tired of you. But if you have not let her go internally, she will always draw back to you. Pay attention to what I'm saying to you. Pay attention to what I'm saying to you. If you, because it has nothing to do with her, if you have not let her go internally, that means you still are connected to her. You feeling for her. You feel that love and feeling on the inside. And if you're still mad with her, you have not let her go. See, this is something that I tell my sons, and I want you to get this wisdom. Anyone who can make you angry controls you. My sons used to hate that. Anyone who makes you angry controls you. If she's making you angry, she's getting you upset, you all in your feelings, you want to, yeah. She still got you. It's the moment when you can say, you know what? I'm at peace with you. That's how you let her go. You have not resolved whatever issue it was. Let me go a little deeper. You have not resolved the issues that you have with her. You have not resolved the issues that you have with her. So you're fighting an internal battle inside of yourself about her. So the moment you begin to let go your internal issues that you have about her, she has to exit your life because she has no energy to feed off of because you have cut all the cords. So you can tell her to move. You might be living over here and she's living over there, but you're still somehow connected emotionally, spiritually, or whatever ways that you're doing that. You can cut her off from YouTube. You cut her off from not YouTube. You cut her off from social media, whatever the case may be. But guess what? You have not let her go in your mind. The moment you let her go in your mind and say, I'm at peace with her, she has to exit stage left from out of your life. You have not resolved it inside of you. That's why she keeps showing up. Tap it in. What's going on, building self? You have not let go of your internal script that you have inside about her. And so she keeps showing up. The moment you let go of your internal script about this woman, the moment you're no longer angry with her, the longer you don't cuss her out when you go to sleep in your thoughts, when you become at peace with her, guess what happens? She now has to exit stage left. You're feeding her on too many levels. Now, this is grown man stuff. I could tell you to do this and do that, but I'm telling you how to do it on a different level in another way. If this is resonating with you, Jamar, you need to say something in the chat room. I don't do this for free. I'm not doing this for kicks and giggles. You need to let me know if this resonates with you because I go a little deeper. at the gym. What are you saying? Speaking on right now? I'm speaking on because Jamar asked a question. I'm facing this succubus, and I don't. How can I let her go? So I'm going right now internally and tapping in on how he can let her go. Until you let her go inside of you, she's going to always be attached to you. Is that's resonating with you? Thank you. Because I was about to go a little bit deeper into with this situation. And the other reason why you can't let her go, the other reason why you can't let her go, what's going on? It will help to respect the succubus and refer to her as a woman, then respect the situation, refer to her as unresolved. Good point. Good point. Had to learn this, letting go, right? Let me the other reason why you let her go. Let me tell you the other reason why I see why you can't let her go. The other reason why you can't let her go. The other reason why you can't let her go is because she has become your only option. The other reason why you can't let her go is because she has become your only option. And so what happens is you have become attached to her because you don't see that you have other options, not meaning that you become a player, a pimp, all that kind of stuff. That means you don't see, you're now in a place of scarcity and not abundance. You're coming in a place of scarcity with her because she has become your only option. So what happens is on the internal level, on a deeper level, it's now become a scarcity instead of abundance. When you're able to let something go because you know you can get something else. You're able to let something go because you know there's more of it wherever it else is. You're afraid to give money because you're afraid that you're not going to get more. You're afraid to let go of this woman because you don't think you can be able to get right. Once you find someone else, you won't remember her. Correct. But once you realize that once you resolve it inside of you that you can get someone else, you'll never remember her. The problem is, let me go back to the top of it. You are still attached to her because of your dislike of what she has done to you. Do I need to go into what she has done to you? You got me drinking this water. Do I need to go into why you have a dislike for what she's done for you? It's evident by what you called her. Y'all making me work tonight. You're going to anything that you hate attached to you. Okay. Let's get you can send it to Cash App to, let's find it here. You can send it to PayPal. Let's see, let's find it here. Because that's a good question. You can send it to PayPal at that right there. Or Cash App to $ Lawrence D. Adams. And my wrist will ring when I know you got it. The issue is you have not resolved it inside of you, Jamar, because of scarcity, because of lack, because you think you can't get anything better. You don't see yourself getting anything better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cash App. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm running over. J Mark, you need to find out how you can, because of what I share with you, you need to find out how you can give whatever you can give towards what I'm talking about for you. Dollar, 50 cent, whatever, to either one of those places. You need to say, yo, man, I need this for real. You're not going to get this for free. I'm not saying you're not, you know what I mean? You're not going to get this anywhere else for free. Ain't no one's going to go walk down your street and into your bedroom, into your thoughts and that pillow that you have and talk to you. There it is. Let's see, my phone, it just rang. It just rang. Let me see who it is. Thank you, Jose Navarro. Thank you. Thank you. I just felt, I just felt it. Thank you. I appreciate that. You need to, because I'm walking down your street. There you go. Just ring. Let me see what's said. Somebody said something, but it's click to my phone and click right to my wrist. I can feel it when you definitely give. I hope you, okay, I'm down your street. Anybody else have any questions? I need to walk down anybody else's street before we close up. Because I can go on and we can talk about everything. I want to talk about everything. You got me good. I appreciate that. Because you're not going to get this but kind of attention just anywhere. I, of course, could give you game, man. You need to do this, tell it that, man, and do that. No. I want you to be free from inside out, not from outside in. Thank you. Jason, I appreciate what you just did. It just rung onto my wrist right there. I appreciate that. I can feel it when it happens. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Jason. Thank you all. That's building self. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. This is building towards the 5,000 men. Thank you. I appreciate it. I did get it. Let me see. I have an abundance all day. I just so tired of her. Keyword. Keyword. I have abundance. I appreciate you saying that. Okay, I'll get to that. Oh, now we're getting to it. I have an abundance all day. I'm just tired of her. If you're tired, I'm not sure the nature of the relationship that you have with her. Is your wife or is your girlfriend? Or I'm not sure of that. Salute, man in action. I appreciate it. There we go. Now we get into some things. Jose, I appreciate you. I'm going to come back to that right there. I'm feeling so tied to her. There we go. I'm talking about a trauma bond. Thank you. We get in time. Salute, Mr. Man in action. Now we get into some things. Now we're talking. So now we need to resolve. Let me go inside and resolve, untie you from this woman. The reason why you have that bond with her, you really need to be given to this. The reason why you have that bonding with her, that soul tie with her, because of the self-esteem that you have about yourself. You may have the abundance mindset, but you don't believe that you deserve better. I'm walking down your street. You don't believe that you deserve better. And so the trauma between you and her is keeping you attached. So you've grown comfortable with the trauma with this woman. You don't believe that you deserve better. So you're settling for less, even though you say you have an abundance mindset. So what I'm doing is freeing you because I'm seeing you free from her. I don't see you bound up. I don't see the soul tie. I actually see you free. This might be too much. I might be just need to go beyond pay. I'm doing stuff that I should be doing behind a paywall for people who are really where I can jump up into something, go deep into this. But I'm freeing you now, Jamar, and don't be playing around. Don't come here playing games on my channel, nothing like that. Because I'm freeing you. If you really want to be free from her, this is your opportunity to be free. This is deeper than game. This is game too, but it's deeper than game. Let me answer Jose Navarro's question. Lawrence, did you ever get feelings about your previous relationship that you feel you won't go back? Yeah, I had those feelings. Man, I've been there, Jamar. It's a dark road. Yes, the reason why it's a dark road because you can't see the light, and you think the light is going to shine from around you, but the light actually shines from within you out. And what you're dealing with is unresolved feelings inside of you. Hence the title of this show, Don't Lose Your Voice, Be an Opinionated Man. You have not expressed effectively and thoroughly what's been going on inside of you about this woman. Man, I shouldn't be going here. I shouldn't be going here. If I'm on your road, Jamar, you need to let me know. If I'm on your road, you need to let me know. Now, if you want to stay in what you're in, you're going to come back next week and complain, oh, she ain't did nothing, man. It's still the same. I don't know what to tell you because I'm giving you answers from the other side. You can't just hear this and do nothing. You have to do something from what I'm telling you. Let me go back to Jose Navarro's question. Do you ever get feelings about your pre-relationship that you feel you won't ever go back? So with my previous relationship, did I want to go back? I have a situation now where someone wants me to come back. Hit the like button. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Hit that like button. You're here. Okay. Hit that Cash App, right? Because I'm more than just talking about dating and all that. No excuses. Thank you. No excuses. It is not her. It is you. I have been with many other women, and somehow the women that cheated on me, the most disrespectful is the ones instead I think about, right? Why? Because you think about it, because you have not resolved that wound that's inside of you. Know why you still think about them? The ones that cheated, the ones who did things to you? Because you have not resolved the hurt. And the thought is saying, it's like a how can I say it? It's like a hammer hitting you in the head. Why? Every time you think about them, why you ain't dealing with me? 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 Because you have not resolved that she cheated on you. You have not resolved inside of you that she has disrespected you. So it's a tape that's replaying inside of you. And until you resolve and cut the tape that's going on inside of you, you have the possibility of attracting that same woman in your life. I'm going too deep to now. LDA, bro, you're taking us there tonight. Much needed confirmation. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Right. So until you deal with that, see, you face it head on and say, hey, She cheated on me. It hurt me. I'm disappointed. I hate that that woman disrespected me. She did what she did to me, and you resolve it. You come at peace with it until you deal with it. This is part of not losing your voice. That's chakra right here. Your opinion. Until you say this is enough internally, you resolve it. You let me say something. You begin to write down, I did not like what she did. Until you get a resolution that this is it, you will constantly have those thoughts. They will show up at the most inopportune times. They will make you sleep, go at night, and you're thinking about her and you don't know why. She'll call for no reason because you have not resolved it inside of you. I'm talking to someone tonight. I'm talking to someone tonight. All I'm trying to do is be a man to try to freeze you. I'm talking to someone tonight. You need to resolve the tapes that's going on inside of you. There we go. You need to forgive yourself for what she did to you. I'm really going there now. You ain't gonna hear this on any other channel. You need to forgive yourself because she disrespected you and she cheated on you. You have not forgiven yourself. And that goes for you, J. Martin. You haven't forgiven yourself. You have to say, I forgive myself for allowing myself to be cheated on and disrespected. I forgive myself for the trauma that I have with this woman. I forgive myself. And a better and more beautiful woman doesn't feel that void of that cheater. No. She can't feel that void. You know why she can't feel that void? Because you haven't made room for her. Because you have not forgiven yourself. When will you forgive you for what happened? Now, if y'all want some more elementary stuff, I can go elementary right now. This might be too deep for somebody. You need to forgive you, whoever it is. I'm talking to you tonight. You have to forgive yourself for what that woman has done to you. Well, she did that, man. She should have did that. You have not forgiven yourself. You haven't forgiven yourself. You have not said to yourself, you know what? I apologize for allowing myself to go through that. I disrespected my own self. I cheated on my own self. I have not resolved this inside of me. Better cannot come to you because that space is full. Better cannot come. You cannot enjoy the beautiful essence of a woman. You don't understand why you don't understand why it's your fault? Let's say it like this. On some level, we attract only we only attract who we are on some level. So for her to show up, that means on some level, you allowed this to happen. You invited it to your life. So what you have to do, why you don't understand why it's your fault, is because it's easy for us to put the blame on them. Which you need to forgive them too, don't get me wrong. But you first need to forgive yourself for allowing this woman to even show up in your life to do the things she did to you, or whoever did whatever to you. See, when you forgive yourself, you release the attachment to the individual or to the situation. But you first have to forgive yourself. Good question. I'm not down you, Andre. You have to forgive. You know what? Well, you say, I don't need to forgive myself. I understand you. When it was my turn, I didn't want to do it either. She did this to me. She cheated. But I realized if I did not create that space of forgiving myself, because I allowed this person to come in. See, what I preach here, or what I want to say preach, what I advocate is the gospel of responsibility. So you're responsible. Well, I want to blame her. My wrist just rang. And thank you, Jason, again for a 7 for completion. Y'all need to make this wrist need to ring more. Hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal. Just ringed again. You have to take responsibility for everything that shows up in your life. Good, bad, or indifferent. You allowed it on some level, whether you like it or not. I'm responsible for you showing up tonight. For you to ask that question, I have to look at me. Why within me? Let me say it this way. Let me slow down because I'm thinking real fast. I have to think about, why did you ask that question? Because something in me, I may not understand why it's my fault. So I need to resolve that in me. So I'm resolving it in me now as we're talking. I need to forgive myself on some level. Lawrence, how would I allow someone to cheat on me? Good question. If we were to go down a little further, on a conscious level, we don't allow people to cheat on us. Let's talk about gang first. Let's talk on this level first, ground level. Then we'll go deep roots. Because I'm in the roots right now, and I think I'm about to go back up to the surface and talk this. So, from a gang point of view, you don't, my man. You don't. It's all over. It's over, my guy. So how do I allow someone to cheat on me? The thing of it is this. Let me explain it from a game level. So you need to think about, how did you find out she cheated on you? Why did you pick a woman like that to do that to you in the first place? Second of all, did you pay attention to the signs where she was before she cheated and after she cheated? Were you aware? Now, women, granted, men cheat, women cheat. Women cheat and men cheat. But why did you have to deal with a woman who cheated? What lesson did she teach you? Remember, I don't know if you know this, but we have no friends, we have no enemies, we only have teachers. What is she trying to teach you about you? No one consciously allowed someone to cheat on them. No, trust me. Nobody said, man, you know what? I'm gonna get with her and she's gonna cheat on me. She's gonna do me wrong. She's gonna disrespect me. No one goes into a relationship. There you go. There you go. You have answered your own question. Are you saying I didn't value myself? Ashe. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Man, you answered your own question. See how this is working? Your picker was not picking right. Granted, life happens and situation happens. I understand all that. But your picker picked a woman on a deeper level. And then the question is, I need to ask you, Andre, where on earth are you cheating on yourself? Just stop talking about her. Where in your life have you been cheating yourself? Where in your life have you been cheating? Jose Navarro said, she disrespected me. And then, where in your life have you been disrespectful to yourself? Where have you been cheating yourself for real? If we're going to pull the covers back, let's pull the covers back. I wish I was a religious man. I guess I went to church and was going to be married by the church. She had a good father and mother. You never know. So you move forward. You have to move forward. Yes, you do. But the thing of it is, all I'm doing is presenting a mirror to you. That's all I'm doing. Y'all making me work tonight. Hour 31 minutes in. But where internally have you been cheating yourself? Where internally have you been disrespecting yourself? See, no one, see this keep it 100% gangster, game. Ain't nobody doing nothing. They ain't gonna, no one's gonna do something to you that you ain't gonna allow. Very nearly you're gonna disrespect me because I'm just gonna be a big issue because I don't tolerate that. See what I'm saying? See, I'm saying that. But internally, where have you been cheating yourself? You have been cheating yourself, maybe not doing the things that you need to do. So you're cheating yourself on accomplishing what you needed to accomplish, Andre. Let me go down your street a little bit. Andre, did you complete school? Andre, that's a possibility. I could. And so, Lawrence, you're saying that the people in our lives are errors of yourself. Andre, did you complete school? Very true. That's exactly what I'm saying. People are just a reflection of who you are on some level. But I need to know that you complete school. Y'all making me work tonight. I done drunk all my waters. Yeah, mirror, yes. Did you complete school? Why didn't you complete school and get that degree? I don't know who you are. I never met you, so you need to. Good question, Jose. After my marriage failed, what made you go back up and be a man? I took some time to get healed. What gave me back hope? Because I realized I had some issues inside of me that I didn't resolve. So what gave me hope as a man to say there's possibility to be, I'm still with you, Andre. Why didn't you get your degree? What gave me hope is that I realized I can't allow what took place in my marriage because it failed to taint my vision, excuse me, that all women are like that. So what gave me hope is let me recalibrate myself and say, you know what? I can have better and I deserve better. And that there's a woman out there who's going to love me like I'm going to love her. So what got me back up is I had to take some time and take downtime and get me adjusted. When I worked at General Motors many years ago in Doraville, Georgia, for all y'all who want to go fact check me, and if plant is closed, we used to have a time where we shut down the plant so that we can retool. So when we retool, when we started back up, we were able to put in the new truck that we were working on because we had different equipment, different tools, whatever the case may be. So everything worked, functioned correctly. Sometimes what you need to do, I'm talking to Jose Navarro, you need to take time to retool so that you, and retool, man, means get some sound counseling therapy, whatever you need to do to get you back out there. So that's what got me back out there. I began to talk to my dad, talk to individuals, find out what was my side of it, what did I need to do, and it gave me hope to get back out there. So Andre, you lost focus. I understand. I've been there. You, Andre, I'm not sure how old you are. I'm trying to look down the corridors to see how old you are. But if you were to get back into school, get back onto your purpose, get that degree that you wanted to get it in, there is a possibility, let me say this correctly, there's a woman on the other side of that is waiting for you. You need to be hitting this, hitting this wrist right now. We all been here. I lost focus in college too. I went to college, went to Akron University, and lost chasing women and all like that. But if you were to get back onto your purpose and what you're designed to do, it's going to change. If this is resonating with you, Andre, let me know in the chat room. If it does not, it is okay, because I can be wrong. Y'all making me work today to comb my beard out. Well, wow. Let me know. I know it's a delay. Let me know. This is, yo, man, you on my street. Whatever you got to say, that's me all the way. We're waiting for Andre. Once Andre begins to say what he needs to say, I don't want to. Right. Wow, Lawrence, you're saying once I align with my purpose, everything. I'm saying when you align, and I'm not saying aligning on the outside, when you align with your purpose internally, yes, things will begin to show up in your life. I find that women show up at when I least expect it. That is so true. Wow, Lawrence, you're saying once I align with my purpose and everything, you begin to have a fresh perspective and the energy around you begins to change. You stop dealing with a certain caliber of women. Y'all need to, thank you. Hit that cash up, man. Y'all pulling on me. Thank you, Annalena. I know it's late. I know you got to go to work and everything like that. You got me pulling tonight. Oops, wrong chat. I'm right with you. So I'm right with you. So does this resonate with you, Andre? Because you're going to be the last one. Does what I have said with you, does it resonate with you? Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that. It just rang. I appreciate that. Jose Navarro. I find that I'm good at starting, but staying focused is my issue. The thing is showing up in my. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. It's resonating with you. Thank you. So what we're going to do one thing for you, Andre, and I'm going to shut this flow down because I can go all night. I find. So we're going to work on you tonight, this one thing, and I'm going to shut it down. Andre, tonight, I'm talking to you. The reason why you're not focused is because of something that took place in your childhood, and you've been told that you couldn't focus. But tonight is your night where I see you, that you're going to resolve that issue inside of you, that you're going to be focused, you're going to accomplish everything that you put your hands to, and you're going to prosper. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. Tonight is your night, Andre, for you to get your focus back. What I mean by get your focus back, that means now you're going to harness your ability to focus. It is now going to become easy and effortlessly for you to focus and to get the things that you need to get done. You don't have a lot of time to play with this anymore because you're getting older. So, Andre, I am talking to you, and I have seen that you have not hit the wrist yet or hit the phone yet. Even if you give $1 or whatever it may be, you're not. See you back. Oh wow! So y'all ready? You got me in my flow now. Okay. Travis back, so let's get him back. So Andre, I'm talking to you. So you're. I think Travis is going to have what you need for us with your focus. He's going to tell you something. Watch when Trav get back. And I didn't expect to go this long. There go Trav right there. So Trav, we got an issue in the room. So I don't know. I have this gifting of seeing things and stuff like that, right?
That clairvoyance.
Yeah. So we have Andre. Wow. So we have Andre. He says he has a problem with staying focused. So I know that you have something in you that can help him about staying focused.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you can go ahead and share it. Let me see what Jose DeVardo said. I appreciate you, Lawrence. You're a good man giving good advice. Been following you for 2 years at this point. Grateful for your work. I appreciate that. So I know you have something for Andre about staying focused.
In my opinion, usually when there's a mental fog with focus, it's because there's unresolved issues or an unresolved focus that they're not committing to. Because when you're on your purpose and you're on your focus and you know that's what you want to do, you ain't gonna be double dutching on it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be all in. So to me, that sounds like there's either like a confidence issue or a lack of motivation issue or something in between. That's usually what it is, because I just know with me, like anytime I got to a point on something, like, I mean, I've lost 100 pounds, like, you know what I'm saying? When I wanted to lose weight, it was like, I'm just doing it. And I just stayed dialed in because I wanted it. So I know what that feeling is.
When I walked away, the answer came to me. I poured some bubblies and it came to me. I'm gonna tell you what it was. I'm gonna tell you, Andre, what it is. And the answer just dropped to me. I walked away and you were talking and you said it. You do not know what you want. That's why you're not focused.
Yeah.
You don't know what you want. When you know what you want, discipline becomes easy and you become focused. Example, when you want, we had to go here. When you want to get to that particular girl that you want to knock off, you become super focused. You think about what you're going to do to her, how you're going to lay her out, what you're going to do, A, B, C, D, F, G, G. You become super focused. So focus is not the issue. The thing of it is you don't know what you want. Hence why you didn't complete the college. Hence I've been walking down your street talking about what you need to do. Why you didn't complete college. Because you don't know what you want.
I think it's half that. Like I said before, I think some people know what they want, but they don't have the confidence to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like for example, I'm just going to share some. So when I was doing music, the first song I put out, I got over 150,000 views on it because I pushed it with advertisement and stuff. Like how you supposed to do with any business.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I had people who thought I was fucking stupid and crazy for doing that. But I'm like, the most views you've ever got on a song is like 1,000 views. I got 1,000 or 150,000. I got almost $250,000, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you're telling me I'm crazy. It's like, you know, people just get caught up in these routines and they don't think, and they think because it's routine and that's what everybody does, they think failure is success because all they see is failure. So it's normalized. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like you can't, like if you try to dream too big, you're automatically, it's like, oh, he's tripping. Like, what's his fucking problem or something like that? Why can't he dream big? What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? It's crabs in a bucket.
Right. So self-confidence and knowing what you want.
Yeah.
Self-confidence and knowing what you want.
Because
go ahead.
Think about when these guys play video games. What's stopping them from playing the fucking video game? They be playing that thing all damn day, knowing all the tricks, all the trades, all the little side moves and all shit like that. And the reason why is because you can sit on your ass and have no real repercussions for that simulation. But if you do that in real life, you got to feel the pain, and you don't want to do that. Or you got to do some real work, and you don't want to do that. But when you make your real life the video game, that's when shit gets fun. That's when you get confident. That's when you feel like the world is yours. So you got to stop simulating and start doing. Be like Nike, just do it. I just gassed that shit right there.
Yeah. See how truth begins. See how the covers begin to unveil. I think I want to do too many things.
Yeah, you got to focus. Like, and I've had that issue too. Like, now there is a saying. They say, this is true. They say he's a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Yep. But the ending of that saying is, but usually does better than the rest. They leave that part out because that's usually what hustlers are. They're jacks of all trades that know a little bit of this and that, know how to make it happen. So you got to pick one thing to focus on and knock that out the park. Because then when you knock that out the park, then you have your base to set everything else up. Because then you can use that one thing you knock out, let's say the capital or the money you have, to source those other things and invest in those other things. Like I was able to do music and get 500,000 views on a song and push it because I got my coding done, and then I was making a good job where I had extra money to fund the music and get it out there. You know what I mean? And people who I grew up listening to their music hit me up and told me my shit was tight. So it worked. You know what I'm saying? Right. I had some of my idols hit me up saying my shit was tight. So
this is this way. There's a living example of what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So my thing is, if you bumped into this channel, it's not by accident. It's because you're supposed to elevate to another level. You want to do too many things, focus on one thing. Do that till the wheels fall off. And sometimes you may be focused on one thing and it's not working. You got to know when to jump off of that and onto something else because it's not working. Mm-hmm. Let me go back to what I've seen. When I'm gonna go back to you, Andre. That's why I said you need to go back to school. There's no way in the world I knew that you were in school, that you dropped out, whatever the case may be. I don't know you from man in the moon, but what I am saying that you do need to go back to school. When you go back to school, on some level, what's going to happen is it's going to cause you to be disciplined. It's going to open an arena around you. And then you're going to deal with, because this is what you really want, you're going to deal with a different caliber of woman.
Facts.
Because your energy around you is going to change. Your mental capacity is going to expand. You found my channel for a reason. Yeah. So
yeah, it plugged you in with that algorithm because it saw that you were looking for some real shit, so it pointed you to
it. That's deep. I'm going to use that, man.
No, seriously, that's what that is. Like when stuff comes up on your program, like, bruh, that's the one thing about YouTube I like with the algorithm is that if you search the right answers, it works in your favor to find that. Like I was looking for design tutorials on how to do stuff. I found tutorials on how to make an Amazon.com clone, a YouTube clone, and I'm coding that now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it came on my feed because I was asking the right questions. So it came because you were looking for it. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, this is interesting. I'm gonna tell you something about. So he just said something. So he's talking about the algorithm of YouTube. I said it. I'm thinking about another algorithm. The higher algorithm of consciousness. On some level, you needed to get into this algorithm that was on this channel.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all part of that.
Yeah. Let me see what I just get into making music in the studio time. Good. See, it resonates with you because you now tapped into our algorithm. Let's see what I'm reaching 200 hours in excellent finance. You consider me to be you can't consider me but yourself a professional. It's hard, but I want to move into something else.
Oh, so are they saying like they've done something, they put in their 10K hours, now they're starting from scratch and something else?
Right.
So, I mean, I did that going from entertainment and going into coding, because coding is STEM, bruh. I was not a STEM student growing up. I did not want to touch that shit. I was not mature enough to want to do STEM. But as I got older, it totally switched. Then I wanted to do STEM because I saw that it was consistent money and you'd always have a shot at life with it. So it's really, you can make the transition. You just have to be willing to go through the ugly phase. So what I mean by that is, like, think about when someone gets dreads, they get the little twists, but then it goes through that one part of the phase where it doesn't really look that tight because it doesn't have enough length yet. It has to get out. But you go through that phase when you restart something. You have to get a little dirty and you don't know shit. You have to practice and fail. After a while, you get, it just starts to come together and it looks good, and then it just comes together. So that's all it is. You just got to give yourself time and be patient with it. But if you make the right move, it'll be you got to do that.
Right. Let me see what I'm talking about the spiritual algorithm. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that.
Everything's an algorithm, bro. Like,
yes.
Everything is like a repeated process of steps that you want to create for success. If I go to the gym, I got an algorithm right now for my workout plans. Mm-hmm. Do this, do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You want an algorithm for everything you're doing, and what we call in coding is, if we change the algorithm up, like, or want to make it better or whatever, it's called refactoring it. You're going to be always refactoring your algorithms.
Mm.
And in the Bay, when growing up, we would say we want to be factors. So factors are always refactoring. You got to be refactoring all the time.
Wow, that's good, man. Jeez Louise.
Like E40 says, you got to refurbish and readjust. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Wow.
You got to stay adapting.
Wow. So you got to be flexible, man. I was only supposed to go for an hour. I always cut it up in an hour. Look where I'm at now, almost 2 hours, because somebody needed to hear what we were talking about.
Hey, we got to do more shows together, bro.
Yeah, man.
We don't ever just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody got to do shows together. I'm just saying.
Yeah. This is good right here, because it's tapping in, because I never get the opportunity to tap in like I normally tap in, and I mean by that spiritual algorithm. I love that, man. I'm jacking that.
For real.
It is coined on this show tonight.
Because that spiritual algorithm, bro, like, once you get to that point in life where, I mean, I'm not even totally where I want to be yet, but I know with me, like for example, like, I remember being 17 at home. And back then, TV was a bigger deal because we didn't have the social media like that. And like, I would watch ESPN and be like, man, I wonder what it would be like to work up there. And then, like, I made that like a path, and then I got up there, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm working on my dream shows, like living my dream. Like, Chris Berman and I are chopping it up about sports. I'm like, bro, I used to watch you on TV like all the time. Now I work with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just manifesting, having that confidence, because like I just said, like, hey, like, I know sports. My dad knew sports. Like, I think I could go in there and kill it. And I did, you know what I'm saying? And you want to get to that spiritual realm. Now, if you want to take it to, let's say, women, the reason why I can help with women is not just because you want to brag about it and be like, see, I did this, that. No, it's not that. It's the spiritual journey you took of manifesting your dreams that most men in this world don't do. Most people in this world are just existing, but they're not living, they're not creating, they're not manifesting. So when a woman is around a man that is manifesting, because man is in manifest, when you're around a man that's manifesting, she could feel that shit, bruh. And that's a feeling she doesn't get a lot. And when you attract a woman like that, there's not a lot you can do. That's when you get women driving 2 hours from different states to come see you. You know what I'm saying? And they're offering.
They ain't ready for that level again.
And they're bad. You know what I'm saying? They're not mud ducks. They're not booger wolves. They're not gargoyles.
Hobbits.
Yeah.
But
you know what I'm saying? I just know because I'm living it right now, bro. Like we've been talking, you know the shit I've been through off this fucking stream.
All right, let's see what you. So if I increase my value as a man, then the mirror will be higher, and the mirror will be higher value. Correct.
Yeah.
You need to work on you. Yes.
Dude, if you want a woman that takes care of her body and has a six-pack, you need to be a man that takes care of your body and has a six-pack. You need to be what you attract. So if you want some bad model chick, you need to be a bad model dude. You need to put yourself in position. And I'm just telling you this because, like, you know, like I've been pulling some bad ones. You know what I'm saying? But that's because of the work I've been putting in on myself. The work I've been because I'll say I kind of had my first awakening to shit at 24. So from 24 to 33, it's almost 10 years of going to the gym, reading books, going out, women treating me like shit and realizing why they were doing it, adjusting my behavior and then not doing it no more. Going to jobs and people treating me like shit at jobs, figuring out how to show my worth at jobs, becoming the man at jobs, dealing with fucking racism and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to push through. But when you've pushed through that, at a certain point, bro, it's like compound interest with money. Once something gets the ball rolling on compound interest, you got to get that momentum, that compound interest in your life. And watch, bro, I'm telling you. I could tell, because I'm living it right now. I could tell you, but you got to experience it, bro. Gotta experience it.
Don't think I'm asleep. Somebody said they see me close my eyes, thought I was asleep. That was a previous show. I'm not asleep. I'm actually tapping in. Andre, how old are you? I'm gonna write something before you tell me. I'm gonna write it. Let me do something. I haven't did this in a while. I'm gonna write something down. Andre, how, I don't know how old you are, but I feel like this.
Here's a tip. Because I just did this. You're talking to a young lady, especially if she's bad. When you're with a woman that's hella bad, in my opinion, organically, you want to challenge her sooner than later because she's used to guys kissing her ass. So set yourself apart. You know what I'm saying? But do it organically. So what I mean by that is this. Ask this question, go, but you need to have shit you're proud of. You need to go, tell me something that you're most proud of that you've done in your life where you were like, I was the shit right there. Like, I accomplished that. Most people will not have an answer for you, and they'll be thinking about it too long. You come back and hit them with like 3 to 5 hella quick that are tight. The dynamics just went like that in your favor. That is a simple move you can do. It sets the tone every time because subliminally it says, I'm manifesting in my life. You're not, or I'm not there yet. I'm in the presence of a real man. I got to act accordingly. Boom.
Y'all ain't ready for this. They need to be, this, my wrist should be from all the donations. Yo, so what I created myself is what I attract. Bingo.
That's what it is.
Bingo. So the Jose Dovario said, dude, that's what I'm talking about. I tried to buy spiritualaccurately.com, sold out. That's game right there. Funny, that's game right there. That
was a lick back in the day, bro. People buying domain names.
Yeah. I know you probably trying to sell it back to me. I know. Yo, man, you're going to have to give it back to me. But yeah, so y'all getting some serious, man. This is 2 hours and I don't.
And you want to be what you want to attract, because think about the dynamics of if you're having an interaction. Like I love the gym. I love hitting the weights. So when I meet someone and they know and they like hitting the weights too, you're gonna have connection, because you're not gonna talk about a subject if you're both passionate on it on a surface level. You're gonna go deeper and talk about those little nuances that not everybody can relate to.
My wrist just rang. It just rang. There's another $5. Just can't appreciate it. I appreciate you giving. I appreciate that. That when I feel that wrist go, there it is. There's the buzz.
We got 5 on it. I got 5 on it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Andre, you need to tell me how old you are and put it in the chat room. Andre M, you need to tell me how old you are in the chat room.
Hey, but about lying about what I'm saying though, nah, bro.
No, they don't understand.
But women want that, bro. They want they want organic domination. That's what I'm gonna call it. See, dog. That's what it is.
Man, we gotta work
domination.
We gotta work together more, dude.
Because they want to be dominated, but they want it to be like natural and smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's domination, but in a way that's like done with like tact and finesse. Like you know how to touch them softly, but still like pound it out. Like it's that type of vibe that you want with your dominance. You don't want to be a tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want it to be a dominant, but it's like an experience that they're craving. That's the type of domination. It's not the oppressor domination. It's like the, oh shit, that's the nigga domination. You know what I mean?
Andre M, please put how old you are in the chat room. If this, and that requires you to be of substance, hence working on yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So let me tell you what I wrote down. I'm just 2 years off from where you at. I put 25. Can you see it? 25. Mm-hmm. Just 2 years off. Just 2 years off. So this as I said, we got some good energy together, Trav. We're gonna do this together, man. Yeah, we already have it behind the wall, but this is definitely organic. Thank you, Adelita, for putting it in there. Hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal. Wow, I put 25. Now you see I didn't just write it down there. You're really good. Yeah, I was just 2 years off. So that means
real quick though, I'm not gonna lie though. Let me just interject this though. I'm not gonna lie though, with all that said, bruh, if you get in the gym and as a man have a nice looking body or just look kind of swole or look like even just an arm, bruh, even just a bicep, even if you just have a bicep, that's cool, bruh. Just make the gym your friend. I'm telling you, there's just too many benefits to being into fitness. My next goal is I want to be the first 100. I've never heard of this. I want to be 100 years old with a 6-pack still at the gym. That's going to be my goal.
Yeah.
So I'm 33 now. I go to the gym consistently. I've been doing that for the last 2-3 years. I look great. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. I'm going to be the first. I'm going to be 100 years old with a 6-pack outdoing 20-year-olds. That's my goal.
And you can do it.
And I think I can do it with this modern medicine and all the shit we know now and all that. You can do it.
So we about to close because y'all done made me tap into the spiritual algorithms. I love that, man. That is done.
Bruh, that's the show, bruh. Spiritual algorithms.
Yeah, that is. And y'all, anybody else say it? You heard it here first. 1:16 my time. What time is it there? 9 something? 9:16?
10:16 over here.
Yeah, so you heard it first here. We're going to shut it down. Wow. Let me see. Yo, what you're saying to men who are born deformed, missing an arm.
Okay. Hey, I'll let you take that.
No, I wasn't going to say nothing. I'm about to cut the down. Go ahead.
The only thing I could say to that is I ran across like there's a guy in the NFL that's like a linebacker for the Seahawks, and like doesn't have a hand. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of uses that to his advantage. Like, you know, I can't say that because luckily I was born with everything, but it all comes to confidence. These deformities, all that, what does it relate to? Making something that makes you less attractive and less confident, right? So somehow these guys are able to find a lane to still be able to be confident and attractive. And there's a way because it's been done. So I just say you got to look at examples of people that, you know, that have done that.
I'm gonna say that I got a person that I know from. Yeah, don't forget when this finished rendering or when it uploads, put a 5 in the comments. Put a 5 in the comments. Put a 5 in the comments. So let me say that I'm gonna answer that question. I have a guy I know that I grew up who had a deformity. He had one of the, you know, I don't know what you call it. God bless you. One of the arms, like, you know, that went like this. So he got teased. God bless you. He got teased a lot and things like that. So what he did was, and he used to wear braces on his legs. He used to get on the short bus and everything, got teased, wherever the case may be. Years later, on the other side of town, this guy is killing it with the women. You know why? Because he did not allow this deformity and his handicap to stop him from getting women. Actually, they wanted to do more for him because of that.
Yeah. Because you know why? I guarantee you this is why. Is this, oh, I'm about to get gas right now. So here's the thing. Why do you want to have you know, big arms, or why do you want to look good? Why do you want to be fresh or whatever? It's all about confidence, being attractive, being dominant. So when women run across a guy who has a deformity or who doesn't have everything that makes it look like he shouldn't be confident, and he is, if she's doing it organically, subliminally, there's motherfuckers out here that don't have any deformities like him that are not as confident. So it stands out even more because it shows subliminally more about the man, because he's dealing with more and still has more confidence. And because women do look deeper than we do, because they do look for the real ones look for substance. That's going to turn them on even more, because it's like that's even more of a proving of how confident and dominant he is.
That's man, you hit it right. Matter of fact, somehow see, this is the thing, and I want to study the game start coming up inside of me. But we think that women judge the same way that men judge by look. Since they do not, she can be like, well, you know, it ain't that bad that his arm is like that. He is kind of cute. She's gonna find something cute about you to justify her wanting to sleep with you.
Exactly, bro.
Overlook whatever that may be. That was a good question. I didn't want to answer, but you got me there. So once again, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, put a 5 in the comments when this show ends. I want to thank everybody who participated, came on track. We got to do this again, man. I'll come on every Tuesday. I've been consistently doing that and not backing away from that. Also, too, I want to get 5,000 men from around the world. I want to make sure that you touch other men. Let me emphasize what I'm saying here. I want to make sure you impact the people around you. So 5,000 men, and then that's a low balling number. I want you to really, really, really think about this. We want to make sure that we impact 5,000 men from around the world. And we have impacted you tonight for what we said, what we shared, and how we came about this. I want you to tell someone else about it. You will not get no spiritual rhythm, algorithm anywhere else. I appreciate everything, but I appreciate everything. But working on myself, I got what I wanted in life. Thank you. Good. Okay. You guys are experts. I appreciate it. Amazing, Jose Navarro. I keep saying Rosario. I'm thinking about the singer. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming. We got 14 people watching. Y'all still in here lingering. Hit the like button. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. Don't hit your mama. This is. I'm gonna tell you what this is. This is authentic game, authentic truth. And the name of the show was The opinionated man, don't lose your voice. My true story. I want you to realize to go back and listen to what we're saying. If what I've said and I spoke your name, you need to go back because you missed something I spoke to you. I'm saying it for a reason because I needed to resonate with you on another level. So when you go to sleep tonight, everything that I said tonight is going to hit you differently. You're going to go to another level. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and this is Trav Terrell. We are here. We're here to advance you to another level. This is Manhood Recharge with Lawrence. Let me say it like somebody I know who's been using my way I've said it. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and we're out.